All right, fixing to load this old 454 up and take it to get it dynoed and see what this thing spits out. See what its hero number is, see what its torque curve is. Got some other stuff here to go with us. I'm gonna take some electric quartz oil, some jets, different plate to try, some Sunoco 93. We'll dyno it on that. All right, so we got the engine to the dyno shop. Getting bolted up to the dyno as we speak. Couple little more things to get hooked up and should have a running. All right, the motor's all pretty much hooked up on the dyno. Everything's about hooked up. Won't be too long and she'll be running. All right, so the gentleman who is dynoing the engine is called Carburetor Bob. He's got one of his carburetors on the 454. Let it start up, let it get warmed up, make some initial pulls, maybe play with the timing a little bit, and see where she goes. As far as dynos go, I love all the big dials, all the gauges that is on his. He's known as Carburetor Bob's engine dyno. Cool looking stuff to me. First pole on it was 572 torque, and horsepower first pole was 580. So peak torque on that run was, I think, 580, and then peak horsepower, if I could find it, I think it was 594.
6100.
Okay, so 6100 was 595.7. All right, there's the second pole. All right, so we got 2 runs on the 454. I think the first carburetor was, what'd you say, 830 or something like that?
Yeah.
830. And then the second one is that 1000. But But anyways, that's a really nice graph. Looks like it might have traced it again, huh? Alright, so that's the 4th pull on the dyno. We did a jet change on it, went up 2 on it, and we got to, I think it was 583 on the torque, and around 598, I believe it was, on the horsepower. All right, we're gonna throw a couple degrees of time in her and see if she likes that.
My friend have a 600 horsepower engine.
What? Whoa!
615.
She liked that a lot. So that's 615 on the horsepower.
Look at your torque. 589.
589 on the torque. Wow, she liked that a lot. All right, so far we're at this is the torque. So that'd be 589 foot-pounds of torque. And so far with the horsepower, it's fine. It's around 615, around 61, 6200 RPMs. Around 63, it starts dropping off. So, all right, we're gonna try a few more degrees of timing in there, see if she likes that. Our jetting seems to be probably good enough. I mean, you might could tweak it a little bit, but you know, we're not match racing this thing, we're just playing. So the timing was on what that time?
I'm at 38 and a half.
38 and a half. All right, so we put another, what, couple degrees in it?
Yeah.
Of timing?
Hang on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Look at that torque on that thing. 592. And horsepower this time around, it looks like 626.4. Woo! I'll take it. Alright, so that's our graph that we've been working with. You can see down here where we started, and it seems like everything that we're doing is raising the horsepower up. So that time there we put the original Corvette style headers on there, and you know, it seemed to like it across the board. Now it has, you know, extensions on it. I think they're 18-inch, so that might have helped it as well. Alright, I think the horsepower was 628 on that one, and I think the torque was, what was the torque on that one, Bob? Was it up 596, something like that? I don't remember. But anyways, from where we started with, that right there is the horsepower average. So we started at 568 and we've been working at it, so now we're at 592, and that's the average horsepower numbers that we're getting. Alright, so we put like the factory Corvette headers on it with the, I think they're 3-inch, 18-inch extensions down here. We also had the evacuation system on it. Now we put the super, what do they call that thing? Super sucker. And this engine was originally built for a Corvette, and so hood clearance was always you know, a lot of work to try to keep it as low as I could. But anyways, this is in the configuration. It's most likely going to go in the Corvette. Let's see what it should do. So on that run there, started around 40, 41, 83. It pulled 598.8 foot-pounds of torque, and that's with the super sucker. And then the horsepower didn't seem to hurt a whole lot. Around 62, 63, you had 628.7, almost 629 horsepower. So I don't know. It doesn't seem to care a whole lot what we do to her. It's always within a couple numbers. Alright, so on the dyno, we made 11 poles. Pretty much everything we did seemed to bring it up a little. That last one with the super sucker plate, you know, it didn't hurt the horsepower much. Maybe it was a little better on the torque, maybe. But the average did drop a little bit with that spacer. But anyways, that's pretty much the configuration. It was going to be in the Corvette. Alright, so pulling it off the dyno now. Getting ready to take her home. Alright, so we're back from having it dynoed. Everything made it back good and safe, no problems. The motor, I mean, it did really well for what I thought it should do, so pretty happy with it.